Hey folks, Eric the Maker GM here with the next section on my side-by-side comparison of the 172nd Fine Molds Millennium Falcon and the 172nd Perfect Grade Bandai Millennium Falcon. So, in this section I want to look at the supplied figures that come along with the kits. So first, let's take a look at the Fine Molds figures. So when we look at these figures, you can see the detail on them is kind of rounded. C-3PO looks fat. Chewbacca looks kind of chubby. Luke looks like he has incredibly thin legs. And everybody is sitting with their hands in their lap. I don't know who flies the Millennium Falcon with their hands in their lap. I don't think there's anyone that does that. There are a couple of cool things that are included, though. Notice we got some stormtroopers and Han and Luke along with their weapons. And again, Luke with incredibly skinny legs and a kind of barrel-y body from the side. Look at how thin those legs are and how much. Yeah, those proportions look weird. Same thing. Han's legs are like pencil thin. But it is cool that they add those kind of poses in so you can do, a scene of the Falcon, escaping from the Death Star when Han and Luke are both, shooting at the stormtroopers and trying to get away. So that's kind of neat. But if we compare, look at Leia there versus Leia here. So with the Bandai kit, Leia is much thinner than she is in the Fine Molds kit, and Carrie Fisher was a pretty small woman when it was in her youth, and yeah, those proportions just aren't those aren't Princess Leia proportions. She's more realistically human proportioned than many of these other figures, but yeah, I don't think those are great. So the Bandai kit, once again, everybody's sitting there with their hands in their lap. Nobody flies the Falcon with their hands in their lap. Let's take a look at the detail on Chewbacca there. It's pretty crisp, actually, and if we compare that to Chewbacca in the Fine Molds kit, his bandolier is just kind of a lumpy shape. Actually, he's just kind of a lumpy shape. Whereas in the Bandai, you can see the individual pouches on his bandolier, and it's really, they put more work into detailing, but again, Luke has this very barrel-y body and tiny, thin legs. Han has less of an issue with that, but again, the figures just aren't very inspiring with either of these kits. Not real thrilled with the provided figures for either kit. So those figures, that may be a place where you want to check, some of the online suppliers, Shapeways or something like that, and see if you can find someone offering like 3D printed figures. There's some really good work out there. I don't know what there is available for figures, but I'm certainly going to find out, because I'm very unhappy with figures from both kits, and I won't be using them on either.